Question to you. Do you want to sound more confident? Do you want to sound more confident as a driver in your vehicle? Do you want to sound more confident as a private chauffeur driving around CEOs, actors, NBA players, etc.? Then watch this video. Avoid making these 11 words and phrases that make you look weak, say grammar experts. Let me say that again. Avoid these 11 words and phrases that make you look weak, say grammar experts. And it's true. If you read the reasoning behind not using these specific words and phrases, you'll quickly agree. In such a competitive world, the last thing you need to do is undercut yourself. But that's what a lot of us are doing when we communicate in ways that make us sound less confident, less determined, and less sure of ourselves. In this business, we spend so many hours conversing and talking to riders in the car or to private clients. So please apply these. But there's an effective solution. Swap out weak words and phrases for ones that will make you come across as more professional and capable. Here's what psychologists, linguists, recruiters, and CEOs say you should avoid using if you want to go ahead, along with simple replacements that will make a big difference in how you are perceived. Does that make sense? What to say instead? What are your thoughts? Or I'd like your input on this. If you ask, does that make any sense after you've finished sharing a thought, you're immediately giving the impression that you're not convinced yourself and that your idea might be incomplete. Rather than seeking validation or approval, you should be asking the listener or reader for their opinions on your idea. Number 2, maybe we should try. What to say instead is let's try, or it's a good idea to try ... Up until the mid-19th century, maybe was written as 2 words, may and be, which makes it clear that it literally refers to something that might happen, but it might not. That's pretty wishy-washy, and when you apply it to your own ideas or suggestions, either you believe in what you're talking about or you don't. I agree. Number 3, I think this would ... What you should say instead is I believe this would. This is a minor distinction, but a valid one. I think sounds weaker than I believe. And it's a little bit more doubtful, as if you're saying something might work, but you're not sure. I believe puts you in charge of the thought and conveys a calm surety. And even if you're not too sure at all, no one needs to know that, right? For example, I think this would take about 30 minutes to get to the airport. Why not say I believe it'll take about 30 minutes to get to the airport? Number 4, I'm not positive, but, or I'm not sure, but. What to say instead, whatever you're going to say after the but. You don't need to add disclaimers. Similarly, if you start your sentence with, I know this might be a stupid question, but, or I don't want to sound pushy, but, you're undermining yourself. It's an easy rule that bears repeating. Don't put yourself down, ever, folks. Number 5, I just wanted to touch base. What to say instead? I wanted to touch base. How many times have you started an email with, just wanted to ask you if? The problem in this case is that the just is a softener. It softens everything, almost an apology, as if you're saying, I hate to bother you, but. There's a time and a place for that, but business communication generally isn't. Number 6, needless to say. What to say instead? Nothing. Needless to say comes from a long line of ironic phrases where you open a topic by saying that you're not going to say something, but then say it. So why do it? Number 7, in my opinion. What to say instead? Nothing. Cut to the chase and remove the unnecessary weak intros. Whoever is listening to you or reading what you've written knows what it's your opinion or your belief. That's why you're telling them whatever you're telling them. Number 8, for what it's worth. What to say instead? Nothing. It's another intro that makes it sound as if you're not convinced yourself about what you're saying. And if you're not convinced about your point, why should anyone else be? Number 9, sorry. What to say instead? Excuse me. It's fine to apologize if you've done something wrong and need to own up to it, but too many people toss in a sorry and wind up weakening their image. What to say? Sorry. Why say sorry to bother you when a simple excuse me is shorter, snappy, and less self-deprecating? Psychologists suggest that people tend to think those who overuse I'm sorry are ineffectual and lack confidence. If you need more convincing, keep in mind that from the 13th century on, the word sorry was used to mean wretched or worthless. Another similar one to avoid, I hate to ask, but just ask. Number 10, X was developed to increase X. What to say instead? I developed X to increase X. I developed X to increase X sounds more confident because it uses the active voice instead of the passive voice. With a passive voice, the subject has something done to it. With the active, the subject is doing the action. Number 11, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. What to say instead? Nothing. We've seen so many people end sentences with if you know what I mean. Or it's truncated near twin, know what I mean? If you're one of them, stop now. It's a filler phrase that means nothing and actually irritates a lot of people. Along the same lines, avoid starting sentences with puffy phrases like, it's important to note that. All you're doing is adding useless words. Know what we mean? So try those out when you're in the car. Read it multiple times. Go over these 11 again and again and again and again and again until they sink in. Please avoid these 11 words and phrases in your vehicle, with riders, with friends, in business meetings, as a private chauffeur, with your high-end clients. You have many other great words and phrases that you can substitute them with, or simply, in many cases, just don't say anything. Have a great day and be safe.